It was a beautiful morning, with a pow sound as a boy that seems to be a student is being harassed and bullied by some gang members, who claims to call the shots around the path the boy usually follows to school, as the poor boy indicates that he has no money on him and begs them to let him go. While the boy was still pleading, the gang members hear footsteps of someone coming, as one of the gang members exhales for the man, to which is actually our main character Joel, to stop. As the gang member ponders more to get his attention, Joel really ignores them like they were nothing but ants, as one of the gang members tried to kick him. In order to get his attention, Joel responded with a powerful right hand to the middle of the face of the gang member, as the gang member was thrown back by the force of the punch. Another gang member by the side gave Joel a punch to the face. Joel, with a killing intent in his eyes, head-butted the gang member and gave another a punch to the cheek. As the gang members were on the ground, defeated, they noticed that the person in front of them was the guy famously known as the Beast. As the gang members were still on the ground, the boy that was being bullied started complimenting and thanking Joel for his help in fending off the gang members all by himself. As Joel was leaving the scene, he exclaims that the boy was a coward because he didn't stand up for himself when he was being bullied. In another scene, as the boy reaches his school, we found out that his name is Rodrigo Vidal and his friend's name were Ana Nunes, Nera Calvo, Emma Scenes, which were all girls, and they were all 17 years old. As his friends were asking him about what happened to him, because he looked like someone's punching bag, as Rodrigo clinched his fist, he started traversing what happened that morning to the girls. As he was still explaining what had happened that morning, he didn't notice a menacing figure behind him. As Joel, who was behind him, asked to be excused, Rodrigo was so scared and afraid that he referred to him as Sir. As the day had begun during the first class of the day, Joel had already gone to sleep. Later in the day, Joel's classmates were lamenting about how Joel is not performing well in his studies and fails his courses, and how he shouldn't bother coming to school. That even everyone in his school is afraid of him because of his dangerous reputation, which is why everyone called him the Beast. As Emma even comments that it seems like he doesn't shower. As Nera concludes that the best thing is to stay away from him entirely, when it suddenly comes to their realization when they looked at the class duty board, that Rodrigo and Rira were to clean the class with Joel that very day. They started complaining to Anna and Emma, and also imagined what Joel would do to them. Emma suddenly gives a suggestion for them to just clean his name off the duty board, without him noticing, and the two will then do the cleaning by themselves, without him being there. As the two acknowledged her suggestion, they quickly denounced her as a genius. Meanwhile, outside the class, Joe is being seen thinking of how he has been alone all his life, and nobody wanted to be his friend. It turns out that he was misunderstood by other people. Although he had problems with managing his temper, which gave people further excuse of not to be his friend, but with a cheerful demeanor, he exclaims that he found a book that will change all that. The book seems to be a book that guides people on how to make friends. As he started traversing the content of the book, he complimented himself for being a genius for finding such a book. He exclaims that making friends should be more easier now. In another scene, we see Joel in a dark room where he seems to be cleaning. As he cleans, he wonders why are there so many stuff from the drama club. He contemplates if one of his classmates is part of the drama club. As he thinks about it, he notices is a plastic sword. He comments on how real it looks as he ponders more about the sword. As Rodrigo and Rira, his classmates, walk into the room, Joel reminds himself to smile like how the book he found on how to make friends instructed. As the two noticed the presence of Joel in the room, they were dumbfounded to see him there. Joel with a menacing smile and the sword in hand. The two saw this and stared, explaining with hands in the air that they just wanted to clean. They even started offering to do his assignment for him. Joel quickly threw away the sword and trying to explain that it was just a misunderstanding. The two became more petrified because Joel was yelling at them, and then they started begging him not to kill them. As he increased his voice, Joel tried helplessly to explain himself, but the two fainted due to his voice, as Joel ponders why he always screws everything up. He also disposes the book that he found on how to make friends. And this is how the first episode of this manga ends. Kindly like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.